With us now, Dan Perry, the former Middle East editor for the Associated Press, joining us as well from Tel Aviv. You have to assume, based on the evidence that has been made public, that Iran's capabilities have in fact been diminished, and so has their leverage. So what will it take to get them to the table to negotiate?
They've clearly been weakened. I find the semantic discussion about whether obliteration means full dismantling or partial dismantling a little bit beside the point. Iran, I think, probably is no longer the threshold nuclear weapon state that they were 2 weeks ago. And that is certainly an achievement. Whether they are sufficiently cowed to do what I think the U.S. wants, or at least should want, which is to disavow any further effort to rebuild what was destroyed and to go for nuclear weapons, remains to be seen. There is an argument that Israel and the U.S. maybe ended the war a little bit too soon, enabling the Iranians to not feel quite as vulnerable as they maybe would have felt with another week of bombardment. I would think that if the U.S. wants to really leverage the capabilities that were displayed and the vulnerabilities that were plain for all to see on the part of Iran during those 2 weeks where Israel controlled their skies, then they should, whenever the talks begin, absolutely demand a disavowal not only of the nuclear ambitions that they plainly had before, but also of any further arming, training, funding, and guiding of militias around the region. That is at the core of this discussion about this new psychological space for maybe an expansion of the Abraham Accords. The idea that Iran will no longer run riots over countries like Syria and Lebanon and threaten the Gulf countries like Saudi Arabia and other countries in the Persian Gulf that maybe want to join the Abraham Accords and make peace with Israel. It's conceivable, but should that really come to pass, it will require Israel to also change its posture vis-a-vis Gaza. And that's the real possibility here. The idea that Netanyahu, feeling that he's riding high because of success in Iran, might stop basically succumbing and acquiescing to the far-rightist coalition that has prevented an endgame in Gaza. Because at this point, the war in Gaza is opposed by the majority of the Israeli people. It is a true albatross around the neck of Israel. It doesn't appear to be achieving very much at all. And therein lies the potential.
I wish we had more time, but we've got a press conference to get to in the White House. I'll have you back and we'll pick it up there. Dan Perry, thank you.